So today I'm working on my backhoe, which is an International 3444 from 1977. Quite a bit older than me. And oddly enough, it doesn't show up in any books. They all pretend like it doesn't even exist. But it's right here in front of me. There's your main hydraulic pump, engine, transmission, all freshly pressure cleaned. Got a hydraulic cylinder here, started leaking. It's for the main arm, right here. So I took it apart, because they want to charge like $90 an hour, if not more. I took it apart myself to save as much time as possible. Brought them just the important parts. I bet it's still going to be over $250 to fix it. This beast, it has done some work, son. But cost me a lot of labor. Get it right. It's oldie. Hasn't been maintained properly. I got an oil pressure gauge right there that's keeps blowing that hose out, and that fuel filter, water separator, keeps on coming loose and leaking fuel. I've probably spent a good $400 in hydraulic oil because all the dang leaks on this thing, which kind of sucks because I want to grow a bunch of grass on this land later. To make sure that oil stays below grade. But I just pressure cleaned this thing today, and it's looking like it did on the day it was made. Showroom floor condition right here. Just needs a little bit of spray paint. But I don't know if you noticed, but the radiator's out of it. Big old chunk of everything missing right there. The radiator has a big old leak, and in order to fix it, you got two options: buy a generic radiator for $250 and then meld it together and make it work, or repair the old one you got, which, I mean, back in 1977 they made stuff right. So got my little torch kit out, took the fan shroud off and desoldered it. And today, I'm not a real estate pro, I'm not an auto mechanic, I'm a radiator repairman. Jack all trades, master of none is what they call me. See that leak right there? Looks like these guys, which I burned down a little bit, hoping they'll be a little smoother, and maybe I'll stick a piece of rubber over top of them, or I might throw some weld in there to smooth it up, but looks like they cracked that right there. And you got two bolts. See the divot there, bolt hole. So that's the divot for the middle. Looks like it holds it in place. And I also got to flush this thing. I'm sure it's clogged up. But if I fix it, I save probably $1,400 is what I was quoted for a complete assembly. And to build it myself out of new parts, $250 plus another $200 in labor, about $500. I think I can do it all myself in less than a day. And I feel like I'm valuable, but $500 a day is pretty good to me. So I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna solder that little crack right there, slap her all back together, and cross my fingers, say a little rain dance, a couple prayers, and hope she holds up. Well, that's my project for today. One of these days I'm gonna get this guy back on the road. Got a nice machete sitting on the back of it. Right now I got a giant pile of burnable wood, bunch of woods that needs fixing. And one thing I need to figure out, I might need an engineer or at least an engineering mentality for a little bit. Figure out, I want to cover this up with a driveway, run the tractor over it. So I'm thinking a couple culvert pipes. They come in 20-foot sections. Get these trees out of here. That's a drain off for a creek right there. Keeps going around. Other houses have 2 big pipes. I've got a bunch of tires and bottles and buckets and wood and trees and everything blocking it, so can't be too important. But if I do it right, I won't have to undo the road afterwards. So I'm thinking one good culvert pipe maybe, cover it up with dirt, and then I can drive that backhoe across right there over to this side of the woods. And then I can start clearing and cutting and cleaning and fixing property that's not even mine. But I don't think anybody cares about that land over there. A couple acres of just woods. I'm gonna go clean up all the brush, make it a nice little walking trail. This is crazy right here. That is a wheelbarrow full of vine roots. They look almost like potatoes. Weird, cancerous potatoes. But a whole wheelbarrow full of them. And that's like the last wheelbarrow so far. The latest. There has been several. They grow these crazy vines. Here's one up close and personal. They grow these crazy vines, and it looks like a multiple species or multiple personalities, bodies. There's another one right there. They kind of just link up together, and they usually only send out 1 or 2 vines, so it's weird. But I kind of wonder what they taste like. They look like they might be delicious, and my area grows them like wildfire. If they were edible, that would be even better. There's another one right there. But they grow these nasty vines that climb up the tree, just like this one right here, this pine tree. They climb up it. This one has multiple different kinds of vines on it. They climb up it and they just choke the tree out. They take over. It's not good. I want the tree to survive. That pine tree should look like that one. Not this cancerous, terrible, disgusting, ugly pine tree right here. But it will. Now the vines are all cut loose. I don't know if I should climb it and start pulling all the rest of the vines off or let them fall off on their own. There's some right there. That's the other kind of vine. I don't know what it is. Poison oak or something. It just grows up and makes little leaves. Colorful, nice, but killing the trees. I need to make as much cover as I can. All in a day's work. And a day goes by that I don't work my tail off. Haven't washed that car since I bought it. It's kind of a shame. 2020. Got 2 years of dirt on it. The dirt protects the paint from the sun, I'm sure. And even if it doesn't, I can pretend it does. Look at the size of those vines. That's like Tarzan style. You can see they're pulled away from the tree because I was ripping on them. I couldn't get them down yet. They might need to die more. But, golly, you can see that tree has some huge ones. I haven't even touched that one yet. They just grow to the top and take over. Them things are old. But if I clean up all those vines, I think this area will look a lot nicer. And one of my biggest tasks is going to be to get rid of all the dang mosquitoes. That's for another day. Working on it little by little. But that's my update for today. Y'all have a good one.